What do you guys think is the problem of the generation, and how can it be solved?
What's the problem with the generation and how it can be solved? That's a that's a great question.
Stop listening to bad rap music.
This is the MC. This is the MC for the show. The announcer. Tell them about yourself, man.
little MC.
Ladies and gentlemen, get on your feet and give a warm welcome to award-winning journalist, author, media, innovator, and NiteCap host, Peter Bailey.
Is my mic on? Guys, welcome to NiteCap Live. But before I even speak, man, let's bring K Factor back, man. Let's bring out these two talented brothers. Get up! Let's go, let's go! Come on! Get up! Let's have some fun! Let's have some fun! Come on, let's have some fun! Wake up! Wake up! Yeah!
Yeah, I bet I'm gonna fit her appetite. Yeah, she's gorgeous, and I notice that she's noticing me. Hey, yo, Virgin out of pride. She's Rita. Go, go, hey, 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 hey.
Good. You guys are hoping I was gonna fall, huh? No. I was gonna fall right there. On a serious note, I'm so happy to be home. I'm extremely happy to be home. Before I even begin the show, there's some very special people we have to thank. Commissioner Nicholson for Tourism, VI Lottery, Mabel Maduro, and Commissioner McCollum for Education. They believed in this vision of me trying to create a bridge to our dreams. And my brother and my sister, Marcus and Grace, are here from St. Thomas. In the video, I mentioned something that I truly believe. This life is a constant battle against your disbelief. That's all life is. Life is a constant battle against your disbelief. Can everybody stand again, please? Yeah, come on. Yeah, no more suck it, just stand, come on. Come on. Yeah, I know, it's early, come on. I know it's early, I know it's early. I want everybody to repeat, the only reality that I believe in is the reality that I create. Everybody say that? You can be seated. You'll be seated for the rest of the day, don't worry. You can sit down now. I want to tell you a little story, a little quick story. Because of course, who's Peter Bailey? A kid from St. Thomas that had dreams that people thought were outrageous. I traveled to New York after college. I was sleeping in my car. And I was trying to get a job at the New York Times. So I caught a Greyhound bus to, I think it was Cincinnati. They had a job fair. And the editor, she wanted to meet with me. I don't want to talk to you, you got a VI accent, you sound ignorant, whatever. So I followed her to her hotel. And she was sitting having dinner with her fiance. So I walk in at the dinner and he gets up, man, get the hell, just leave. I lived to see that same editor have to write a story about me in the New York Times. A book I wrote on Trick Daddy, what they call the best book of 2010. I say that because we're strong people. We're very beautiful people. And I know where I'm from. I know exactly what we are. Testing. We're a culture that's strong, but we're a culture that doesn't necessarily like to lift up. And what I see in the Virgin Islands right now is I'm excited because I see so many beautiful young people. I see young people that want to dream, that want to believe. I do. Give yourself a hand. I do. I see young people that want more. They want more, and we could have more. This life is two beliefs in this life: love and fear. I heard some people sucking their teeth. That's fear. Fear is what makes you reject somebody. Because you have an attitude with somebody, assuming they're gonna reject you. So basically, I'm gonna reject you first. But I walk in love. If you choose love, everything on this planet will be afforded to you because the love will be returned. And that's true. If you walk in love, the universe will bring back the love. Case in point, my brother Stalley. Give a round of applause for Stalley. I'm gonna bring him out in a second. When I started NiteCap, I wanted to create a space where artists like Stalley, these artists with a voice that can speak to you in a positive manner, in a righteous way, to tell you something real. 2 years ago, I met Stalley at Rick Ross had an MMG. It was a pool weekend. And Stalley was this, real guy, conscious guy. I'm kind of the same guy. And our energy just forged. And he came all the way here from Atlanta to have a real conversation with you about life. And me and him are gonna have a conversation, and after the conversation, you guys can ask whatever questions you wanna ask us. Because, like I said, the only reality I believe in is the one that I created. Reality is constantly evolving. It's what you make it. Stalley, my brother, come out here.
How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Is that my mic?
Mic loud.
I see.
My brother.
Everybody all right? Yeah, that's...
Good?
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm gonna say something. So, we got Stalley from the airport, and I was telling Stalley about our cultural strength. We have St. Thomas, St. Croix, and St. John.
Yeah.
We're all one people with different flavors. What would you say thus far you've seen with the Crucian flavor? Thus far.
Just the sincerity, the kindness, the
Nice.
hospitality. Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody's very nice, very welcoming. Everybody greets you with a good afternoon, good morning, good evening. So I love that.
So you're enjoying it thus far?
Yeah, I'm enjoying myself.
All right, man. Stalley, man, let's take it back a little. Ohio.
Yes,
The young people in here, we all come from different things.
Correct.
Urban realities. Why did you decide as an artist to start expressing your truth on a microphone?
man, it just comes from wanting to express myself, having a voice, wanting to tell a story of not only myself, but my city, where I come from, my upbringing, and just really give the world a piece of the culture where I come from, because we never really had a voice to give that, to globally, to speak for the community that I come from.
Let's speak on that community, man, because I think that community mirrors a lot of what we have going on.
Yes.
We have disenfranchisement. We have youth that's a little bit lost and whatnot. When you was coming up, the streets is a very seductive thing.
Yeah.
When you began and you was dabbling in the streets, what kind of drew you in there?
What drew me into the streets, honestly, it was growing up without any male guidance. So the guys that I got guidance from or knowledge and I understood, I guess their struggle, or we had struggles that were parallel, were guys that were in the streets. They were also into cool things like cars, sneakers and clothes, everything that a kid wants. So when you see that and you see how they're getting it, it's kind of appealing to you, especially when you're coming from a single family home, not a lot of money, not a lot of opportunity. So when growing up and you see those people, that's the only representation that you feel or you think there is until you starting to broaden, your horizons and you start looking outside of just your corner.
Yeah. Speak on that, man, because I remember the situation with your father.
Yeah.
You had said that you had siblings you had never even known.
Yeah.
Tell that story, man.
Yeah, just know, my father was a cowboy. He was a Rolling Stone, So growing up, all I knew for the majority of my life was my mother and my sister, because that's who was in my household. My father had a lot of other kids. Well, not a lot, but I had brothers and sisters, through him, and that I hadn't met until recently. Some as early, or I guess late in my life, like probably 4 years ago. I met my little brother and my little sister in San Antonio, Texas.
At a show?
At a show, yeah.
San Antonio with Tim Duncan.
Yeah, where Tim Duncan plays at. Yeah.
Meeting them, man, what was that like, kind of meeting your blood and not really having those years to...
Well, it was kind of surreal, because I heard about them and I've known about them, but I never got to actually see them in the physical. So to see them and meet them and see some of the characteristics that I have, some that my father have, looking at my brother and seeing, similarities there in the appearance was awesome too.
And you have a daughter now, right?
Yes.
And there's a lot of young ladies in there.
Yeah.
A lot of young men in there. As an artist, at top of the hip-hop sphere.
Right.
A lot of the messages being sent right now. Honestly, Stalley, what do you feel about some of these messages being sent?
It's a lot of negativity. It's a lot of untruthfulness, It's a lot of misguiding when it comes to the youth. I know, you got to take it with a grain of salt sometimes, but me personally, when I make my music, I try to keep it as authentic to myself, and I try to not use certain language. I try not to portray certain pictures or glorify certain things that may influence not only my children but other children to go a different route or to maybe want to do something negative.
Yeah. You have a record with Ross.
Yeah.
Under Renzel.
Yeah.
And I heard you talk about basically artists telling kids to worship these jewelry and these flashy things.
Right.
Stalley, I was saying that for young people not born with much, it's easy to get attracted to that which glitters. Some of the messages sent in the art form just glorifies a lot of materialism. You're more of a spiritual guy. How do you balance? How do you tell a kid that there was an artist that reached out to me to perform, and his music was, shoot 'em up, bang, bang, chick this, chick that. And I didn't want to judge him, but I realized he was just trying to make a sound. He was trying to fit into what's popular.
Right.
What would you tell that kid?
I would tell him that you don't have to fit in. You can be yourself and you can be successful. Fitting in has never been my thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've always been on my own wave, and I've always did my own thing. And just show that strength, because I feel like fitting in or trying to fit in is a sign of weakness, because it lets people know that you're not comfortable with who you are and in your own skin. So it's very important that you let people know who exactly you are, exactly your feelings, exactly what you feel and what you love, and send that message out there to the world.
That's right. Wow, you're right. Because I think that validation.
Yeah. Mic check.
That one's working?
It's good.
Be good.
I got the Bob Barker mic. The
So
price is right.
let's talk about social media.
Yes.
I know all y'all in here got Instagram. What? Snapchat. Now, I think a lot of our kids don't understand what you put out on these Snapchats and these Instagrams follows you for life.
Yeah, pretty much.
Stalley, speaking some of the imagery, how does social media kind of force you outside of your truth like you just discussed?
Social media has, it's a platform.
Yeah.
And you and it's, it comes with, it's really not a negative to it if you use it the correct way. If you promote yourself and you want to show yourself having fun, hanging out with your friends, doing cool things, maybe family events, then that's cool. But it's just important that you don't do anything to embarrass yourself and your family and your community on those social networks as well. So it's really all about how you use it.
Indeed. Ross calls you.
Yeah.
Ross, that's the biggest boss. An artist asked me backstage, he asked me, is the road to success harder and I told him, I said, maintaining can be actually harder than attaining.
Yes.
When you got that nod from Ross, at that moment from going to, I won't say obscurity because you've always had a cult following, but being in front of those lights, how important was it for you to maintain exactly who you are, like you mentioned?
It was very important. One of the first things, like I said earlier, I've always been someone who's been myself and, kind of strong-willed and strong-minded. So when Ross did give me a call and he told me that he was interested in me being a part of Maybach Music and, giving me the opportunity to have a voice globally, the first thing I mentioned to him was, I just want to maintain myself. I just want to be able to be myself. If I can come over here and do exactly what I've been doing before this situation, then I'm all for it. And that was it.
Interesting. 3 elements to success. Your top 3 elements to success.
Consistency, staying persistent, and just being confident in everything you do. I think those things, that's the key to success.
Why?
Well, confident, number one, is just, you knowing yourself, knowing what you want. You can't obtain anything, you can't accomplish any goal without having goals set to reach that goal, So and being confident and being steadfast and strong-willed to get those done, that's everything. Also, persistent, just, staying on top of things, staying consistent, and then there follows consistency, just staying consistent with your beliefs, what you want, and what you want to accomplish, kind of not letting the world or anyone sway you in any other way.
What message would you have for the young ladies, Stalley? Because I look at in the opening performance, I had K-Factor give some very strong, powerful women in here roses. Because I think, in a sense, our young ladies are losing themselves a little bit.
My guidance is just, stay strong, smile, be confident, know that you are queens and that you rule the world, and that's the truth. Like, without you, there's no us, there's no, there's nothing. And fellas, guys, make sure y'all treat the ladies like queens and with respect as well. And I think that just them hearing that, it goes a long way too. So fellas, make sure you call them a queen and you tell them that they're beautiful every day. I don't care if she's a stranger, if she's she sits next to you in class, just look over to her and tell her she's beautiful, because I think that's what's lost. It's just us appreciating our women and appreciating what they do for us.
Because, I think, Stalley, you'll agree, I want to abolish that B word, man. I want to abolish the use of us calling our women that B word. I want to abolish that.
Right. I think that should, I think that should definitely go. I never use it, especially not in my music, I stay away from that word. I stay away from derogatory, words, period, when it comes to women. Again, I was raised by my mother, and she did a hell of a job, so, I got nothing but respect.
Indeed. Stalley, it's interesting you say that. As an artist who gives conscious positivity, how do you balance in a market that's saturated with those words?
Oh man, it can be tough. It can be tough. But when you are on your own, I guess, path, sometimes that path could be longer. I know. And it could be tougher. It could be lonely as well. But it's just, again, staying confident and knowing what you want to do, knowing the energy that you want to put out in the world. And that's really what keeps me going, no matter what's going on around me.
So if it's easy to make it to the gold mine, the shortcuts, aren't you tempted sometimes to take those shortcuts?
I may have been once or twice, but you know, I woke up soon. I got some good people around me, you know, to kind of smack me out, you know, smack me back into reality and tell me to continue to do what I'm doing. But yeah, of course, everything is tempting. You know, somebody dangle some money or dangle, you know, a steak in your face.
Yeah.
You know, you definitely want to grab it, but you got, that's where it goes back to those three keys: that consistency, that persistence, and that confidence.
How important is faith on that journey?
Oh, faith is everything. For me, you know, God is everything. Like, without him and without his blessings and his guidance, you know, like, I wouldn't be here. You know, I'm in beautiful St. Croix off of putting out positivity and putting out, you know, music, and I wouldn't be able to see a lot of things that I see now, and I wouldn't be here, you know, just without the faith that I have in God, you know, and I guess I wouldn't even have the mind state to not use certain language or to glorify certain things in the music if I didn't always feel like he was watching over me. You know, I tell people all the time, like, God gave me the gift to be creative, to make music, and he can take it and strip it whenever he wants. So I try to use it in a positive way and use it in a way that makes him proud of what I'm doing, so that way it's never taken away.
That's real. You know, me and Stalley now, we're going to invite you guys to speak to us.
Yes.
You guys are going to come up, ask Stalley whatever you want to ask about
Anything.
attaining his dreams, about his goals and whatnot. So we're going to have our little correspondent. How you doing? She's going to go in the corner. You guys can line up right here, ask whatever questions you want to ask. And do not be shy. This is St. Croix. Y'all are strong people.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Hector Acosta. My question is to both you, Mr. Bailey, and Mr. Stalley. Throughout your lifetime, what has been or still is the biggest obstacle that you face every day?
That's a good question. That's a good question. I think it was like 3 years ago. True story. There was an owner of a strip club that wanted to give me $500,000 to sponsor my show. He's like, Peter, I love what you do. It's amazing. And he called me to his office, and he had a bag of $500,000 cash. And I'm not gonna lie and sit here and tell y'all I didn't want to take that money. But I love my mother. My mother raised me, like Stalley said, to respect women. And I know we're in a culture today, we got guys singing the women who take their clothes off for money and all that, and I didn't want to represent that. And I'm telling you right now, there were times when I went back and said, man, Peter, you're an idiot. You could have got that 500 G's, but guess what? If I had taken that money like Stalley said, that wasn't right with my spirit, it wouldn't have went anywhere. It wouldn't have gone anywhere, because that was short term. I think a lot of times we don't look down the road. We see what's right in front of us. And I want y'all to understand, success, like Stalley said, is a long, winding road. And the key is stay the course. It doesn't matter how fast you're going. It doesn't matter what car you're in while you're driving to get the success. It doesn't matter who's whizzing past you. Stay the course, because the long, righteous way pays dividends. Positivity has no shelf life. Positivity has no shelf life. As you get older, you want better for your life. So all the negativity and all the women and all that madness, after a while, that doesn't give you longevity. So that was a critical moment, because I was broke like a bag of glass. My lights was off. So that was a moment for me.
Yeah, for me it was, you know, I was in New York City. I had finished college. Well, I didn't finish, actually. I stopped going. I played sports. I got injured. So I stayed in New York City, and through that time, it was very hard. It was a very big struggle for me. I ended up being homeless, like sleeping on couches, couch surfing with friends and family. Well, not really family, because I didn't have family, but just anyone who would open up their house for me. And you know, that was one of the biggest obstacles, just not knowing. You know, I didn't have any clue what was next. I didn't know where I was going to get my next meal, or if I would find a job, or what the situation would be. But I just stayed positive. I stayed on the path, and music found me. You know, a lot of people search for music, but with that struggle, music found me, and I was able to get into the studio and record, and, you know, I'm here now. So it's been a blessing.
That's a good question.
Good morning.
Okay, right. My name is Michael Finch. I have a question. It's pretty off topic. It's just something that's being in my head. It's from my guy on the left. The secret to your beard, dog.
That's a great question, though. The secret to the beard is it's really patience. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of patience, and it's a lot of not stressing. You know, like. But yeah, that's really it. You know, I tell people that all the time. It's really just patience, because a lot of people just don't have patience to let it grow. You know, it might get itchy or get to a point where they don't like it, they cut it. So really it's just patience. Great question. Thank you.
Excuse me, Mr. Bailey. My question is,
Yes, ma'am.
being from the Virgin Islands, did you feel that you had enough support from your peers down here?
My peers' support. It's funny, I keep getting that question. I'm going to tell you guys something, and Stalley probably could agree. A lot of people say, no one is supporting me, no one is supporting me. No one has to support you. No one in this life owes you anything. And let me explain why. If you're an artist and you're selling your music, people have child support to pay, people have medical bills, people have other responsibilities. I love our people, but we do have a sense of a little bit of an entitlement. And we have to understand that no one owes you anything. Your dream is your dream. It's not everybody else's dream. You could just be another hustler, want to do music or want to write books to make money and be famous. People are going to start investing in you when your craft and your dream gives something back to the universe. Stalley made it because his body of work is now inspiring people. So it's not even your peers are going to repay you. The universe is going to repay you for the service of inspiring people. So if you have a dream, that's your dream. People have a lot of other things they have going on in their lives. Now, when the support is going to come, like I said, when your dream starts blessing other people beyond yourself, when you start living for other people, you know, as I matured as an individual, I started to learn you become a man when your joy comes from blessing other people. I take joy in seeing smiles on your faces. That's what makes me happy. So we have to understand, I used to think like, man, nobody support me. I've been doing this, but they didn't have to. That's my dream. And I'm sure Stalley can add to that.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, everything you said, like, is fact. So you just got to believe in yourself at the end of the day. You know what I mean? And other people. And another thing is only give your energy and your attention to those who support you in a positive way. Never worry about the negativity.
That is so true. I think we use this term haters a lot. We spend a lot of energy focusing on who doesn't like us.
Yeah, exactly.
That's counterproductive. Focus your energy and attention while you're focused on who doesn't like you. Everybody has somebody that helped you. Your school teachers, they're helping you. They don't gotta be here. The guy that's sweeping the floors, he's helping you. Direct your attention to the people who love you. Like I said, love and fair. Focus on the love. We gotta abolish this word hater. We spend a lot of energy empowering negativity. If people don't like me, I don't know that. I don't know. Right. I'm gonna be so friendly to you that you're gonna feel stupid because you didn't like me.
Exactly, yeah.
Just kill them with love.
I have a question for the both of you. Seeing all of your accomplishments, I know for a fact that it wasn't easy. And you guys talked about, you don't really need to support everyone else. You can do it on your own, so that's all external. So what you really need is your own internal support for yourself.
Can you say that again, bro? I can't really hear you.
Okay. You talked about you don't really need other people's support.
Okay.
So it's internal is what you need.
Yes.
It's all internal stuff. So I wanted to know, like it takes a lot of internal confidence.
Yeah.
So I want to know, did you ever reach a point in your life where, you felt like you couldn't do it?
Man.
And if so, what did you do to get past that? Because you did.
That's a great question. That's a cool shirt too. Like that shirt. I think, right, in life, right, we keep chasing the light. We keep chasing the opportunity. You have to become the light. People always chase the light. Stop chasing the light. Become the light, and the light will be drawn to you. At my lowest points in my life, I've had points in my life where I wasn't going to kill myself, because I'm not going to do that, but I was in the middle where I was in the middle where I'm just not happy. It's like this dark cave. And how I got out of that, you want to be really honest? Prayer. That's all I can really say. I mean, I remember one time I was just, man, I kept, we're both independently, I kept building my machine. I kept getting kicked, I've been lied to, exploited in every way you can imagine. But what happened, that makes you strong. That makes you strong. I was telling somebody, how do you gain muscles? You go to the gym, your muscles tear, so they come back sturdy, so you grow. So all the pain, my brother told me something once. He said, man, it's the way you look at pain. My brother Marcus told me it's the way you look at pain. Pain a lot of times is your friend, it's your ally. It's necessary. God is putting you through that to make you strong. It's the truth. And then my sister Grace told me, she said, man, you keep working. It's just the water has to break. So in my weakest, most desperate times, prayer. Because you know what happens in life? When you're good and you're comfortable, you can't hear God speak. Because you got money, you got clothes, you women, whatever, you're not humble. So it's when you're desperate, you got to cry out to God, then you can hear him speak. So prayer.
Yeah, I agree. Prayer and for me personally, just never wanting to fail. I won't allow myself to fail. I won't allow myself to quit. So that's really what keeps me going in my darkest days and my most, stressful moments is just prayer and just remembering to not let myself fail.
My name is Enrique Francisco Jean, and my question is strictly for Mr. Stalley, right? So, as an artist, I know in the music industry there are a lot of setbacks. Being that you are a positive rapper, you don't go into this generation stuff. And within this generation, I noticed that most fan base are in the negative side. Like they go with the, flow of the bad words or whatnot. What kept you motivated when you didn't receive that love, that fan base that you wanted?
What was the last thing you said? You said what keeps the love or motivated for what? After that, you said?
The love from the fans that
Oh, like just feeling like being underrated or something or being overlooked. Yeah. It's just about again, focusing on the people who support you and love you. You got to really hone in on that and it will grow. And after that, people will speak for you. Positivity usually takes a long time. It's like the saying goes, the nice man guy finishes last, So sometimes that's the case, sometimes it isn't. But what really motivates me is just that right there, just not getting that recognition that I feel I deserve or that maybe my fans and the people feel I deserve. That keeps me motivated to just keep on going, to keep on putting out positivity, to keep on putting out great music.
Great. One last question. Although I asked you what kept you motivated, but did you reach at some point where you decided I should give up?
Give up? Nah, it's never giving up. It's just really, I guess, trying to figure out a new way to penetrate, figuring out a new way to engage with people for them to be a little more interested in what I'm doing, and take them away from the negativity or what other guys are doing on the other end of things. Thank you.
My name is Rose Suera, and I'm from Central High School. My question is, what would be your definition of an authentic person?
Can you repeat that?
What would be your definition of an authentic person?
A what? A talented person?
Authentic.
A who?
What?
Authentic. What is the
what
definition of
your
authentic person?
What is your definition of an authentic person?
My definition of an authentic person is, I mean, we all are authentic. You know, we all are individuals. We all are unique in some way. It's just about expressing that uniqueness through whatever you're doing. You know, whether it's your day-to-day life, you know, anyone can show and express their personalities or the authenticity through just living life, you know. Yeah, that's all I could really say.
I agree. I think it's just, guys talking, I think it's just a matter of, like I said, once you walk in love, you're going to love yourself. And if you love yourself, you're going to be true to yourself. And let me tell you something. Once you're true to yourself, that's undeniable. Honesty is magnetic. It's seductive. Once you're true to yourself, you're going to draw everybody to you. So an authentic individual is a person that can look themselves in a mirror and be comfortable with themselves, the good and the bad, but work on the bad. You understand what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Shana Silva from Central High School. I can't help but to notice, to see some people like going with the flow, doing what's right. I don't mind you going with the flow and doing what you like, as long as you enjoy it and it's for you. I see people living in this, like, I see people living in this world where they're like, they don't belong, and you see them and it's like, what are you doing? And I want to know, what would you tell people that
Guys, give us some silence while she's asking the question, please.
What would you tell people, particularly students, that would do things because they see everybody else jumping on board and doing, and not doing it for themselves because they want to?
As a matter of people who just follow the crowd. People who just follow the crowd.
Yes.
Stalley, you got that?
Yeah, I mean, those people, you know, aren't really individuals. You know, they're not really trendsetters. They're not really confident and strong in themselves, so they might need or feel like they need some type of love and attention through, you know, acceptance. And acceptance is big, especially growing up, you know, because I dealt with that too as a kid, you know, just wanting to be accepted. And, you know, even in just my neighborhood, you know, you wanted to be looked at as cool, or you wanted the guys to respect you for doing the things they do, whether it was something negative and bad, like selling drugs, or even if it was just fighting in the streets. You know, nobody was just reading books and like, yo, let's go read books. Like, you know, so it's really just about acceptance. But what I would say to them is just, you know, really be yourself, really be confident, and know that you don't have to follow the crowd or follow the trends. I feel like that parallel is in music too. A lot of people follow the trend in music. You know, whatever everyone is rapping about, if everyone is doing drugs, then that's what everybody's doing, drugs in their music. If everyone's shooting people in their music, everyone's shooting people in their music. But that's not everyone's reality. So really you just have to worry about yourself, your own reality, and try to even bring attention to that within those groups so you can maybe help them people find themselves as well.
It's funny you say that. Think about this, in the need to be cool. After high school, you know where the cool kids end up? Where do the cool kids end up? Do we all have Twitter? We have Facebook, we have Instagram? Who created that? The squares. Squares run the world. You better believe that squares run the world. Those guys who go to college and they sit down and they're 24 hours building apps and stuff, they run the world. That cool stuff, like Stalley said, it ends after high school, man. The guy with all the girls, who cares? Who cares? Like, if you have all these girls, after, what are you getting? What are you really getting? Like think about it. What are you getting? I'm gonna just be honest with you. I was that guy. In high school, I chased girls. I was obsessed. a teacher asked me, man, you're gonna keep chasing these girls, right? But my mom had to step in. She had to step in and curve that. And the girl true story that I had the biggest crush on, I just was obsessed with this girl. The drug dealer that she was obsessed with ended up killing her. And he's in prison right now. So all this cool stuff, nobody cares in the real world. Nobody really cares. Bill Gates isn't cool. He's the richest man in the world. I had a conversation with Don Peebles. He's the richest black developer in the country. Of course, does anybody know who Don Peebles is? He's worth $700 million. He sells real estate. He's a square. He's not cool. Cool gets you, okay, the girls like you, who cares? Be yourself. Follow this. Even when I was in high school, I used to get bad grades sometimes. I wanted to fit in. Thank God I didn't end up dead. A lot of my friends in St. Thomas are dead or in prison. I'm from Freedom Horde. In college, I had to drive up to Rhode Island because one of our other friends killed another one. He stabbed him to death over a remote. They were fighting over a TV remote. Now he's dead. You guys just had 2 young men get killed at a domino table for what? For what? So the guy who killed them is going to prison for the rest of his life. And guess what? All this crap about tough, no, they snitch. You better believe they snitch. All this tough stuff. Ain't no tough stuff in prison. Are you crazy? You got some wolves in there who'll eat your heads alive. Ain't no tough stuff. I live in Miami. Gangsters tell me all the time, real gangsters, not all this made for TV crap. Peter, tell these kids the truth. Tell them don't come up in here. So all this, you think, I'm a bad man, he's a rude boy. What? What do you gain out of that? You kill somebody, you end up with nightmares for the... Why you think gangsters do so much dope? You kill somebody, you got to think about that for the rest of your life. That's a door, a world you crossed. So all this cool, I'm a bad boy, it don't amount to nothing. It don't amount to all this Crip, I'm a blood. Talk to real Crips and Bloods, man. They'll tell you, man, don't come around here with that. I go to LA all the time. I know guys who are Crips and Bloods. Man, don't come around here with that. If I could, I would be a square. Gangsters tell me all the time, if I could do this over, I would be a computer geek square and live a happy, joyous life. So to the young ladies that think all these guys with their little flashy jewelry, whatever, that ain't nothing. That ain't nothing. Tell them go step with that. Tell them go step. It's weak and it's corny. Powerful people could tell somebody, look, man, I don't do that. This is who I am. And I'm telling you the truth, I could have got killed growing up. All of my friends from St. Thomas are dead or in prison. What they got to show for it? When you kill somebody, what do you read? Oh, I got stripes, man, I got street cred. No, you broke and you in prison and don't drop the soap.
I have a next question. When people say they're tough, right? It doesn't make you, when they're tough and strong, really and truly, what are the characteristics of being tough and strong? Because some people don't seem to get it. It's not the physical strength. It's how well you can take pain, how well you can handle situations that are hard to get out of.
Yeah, it's being real tough. I mean, what tough and strong is being mentally tough and strong. Taking care of your family.
Guys, let Stalley speak out.
Yeah, taking care of your family, taking care of your responsibilities, doing good in school, graduating, going to college. That's tough, that's strong, that's just that perseverance to get through whatever your situation is. I don't know anyone's, living situation or their family situation, but just making sure that you and your family are taken care of and you guys are, growing up and maturing and even being an artist and being around super rich guys, super tough guys, super soft guys, whatever. One thing I learned for myself is just to have consistency and just to be comfortable. I just want the small things, like a house over my children's, head and be able to feed my family. Like those things make the world to me. you know, as I get older and I mature, like the things that used to matter don't matter no more. And I feel like I'm as tough and strong as I've ever been, you know, just being mentally in that state of mind.
Thank you.
Thanks. Great question.
Hi.
Hi.
My name is Tishana. From my perspective, I see that through your music and work and stuff, you're trying to get positivity to us. But as a young adult, negativity through music is what we're influenced through, you know, negative music. And do you feel like you're shunned by us because of the negativity? And how do you think you would get out to us? Because I know most of us haven't heard of you before, and majority of us would like to get to know your music and be more influenced by positive music. How do you think you would get that out to us?
That's great.
Yeah, that's a great question. I think it starts, number one, with me. You know, I have to do a better job reaching out to the youth and doing things like this and just bringing that awareness of myself and my music. Also, it's hard when the media only promotes negativity too. So most, you know, young kids or young adults, that you guys are only getting the whipping and the nay-nay, you know, and getting, I guess, the gangster music that's portrayed on radio or TV. It's hard for artists like me to penetrate those gaps, but through continuous work and just building, hopefully that I am able to reach. And like you said, you know, I find this with myself, or this battle with myself, sometimes I think like, why don't I have more youth? But sometimes I can perform and I can have a show, and if it's all ages, it could be anybody from 14 years old to 44 years old there. But with, like you said, when most negativity is put to the kids, then even someone like myself, who I may speak a certain way, I may dress a certain way, I may not glorify things that are cool to the youth, automatically they may look at me like, oh, he's boring, or I don't want to listen to it or give that a chance, you know, until you really get into it and you listen, and it's no different from anything else that you're listening to or you're viewing. But it's all about just how it's presented, I feel. But again, the main thing is just me, starting with me and making sure that I'm able to reach out to the youth a little bit more and do things through the music that basically, you know, engages with the youth.
That was an amazing
Great question, though. Yes.
Good afternoon. My name is Ira Henry, and I want to ask you a question. This one, right?
Yes.
Since you say you want to give back to the youths, do you even listen to any other like local music, like local artists from the Virgin Islands, like underground rap and so?
I can't hear you. Say it again. Sorry.
Do you even listen to any other like the underground rappers?
Guys, let him speak.
Okay. The Virgin Islands got a lot of talent. Many people rap, many people sing, many people produce music and beats.
Mm-hmm.
But do you even go back and listen to any of their music?
You mean new music from artists that's out, or new music that's given to me?
I talking about down here like on SoundCloud.
Oh,
like,
yeah. No, I definitely do. You know, like I take pride in that. I travel, you know, all over the world, and people give me SoundCloud links. They give me CDs. They give me their Twitter handles. I always check artists out. I always listen.
Guys.
I'm always interested in what's going on, especially in different parts of the world. So yeah, I definitely listen to everything. You got a SoundCloud?
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
One more question.
Make sure that I get your SoundCloud before I leave.
One more question. Who's your favorite artist?
I can't hear you.
Who's your favorite artist?
Favorite artist.
Oh, my favorite artist?
Yeah.
Out right now or just all time? Who? My favorite artist that's out right now or of all time?
Any.
Oh, Well, I have to say my favorite artist, Andre 3000.
And that question was a good question, man. One of the reasons Stalley's here, and one of the reasons we're doing these shows, because Stalley, the people that's coming, they want to be introduced to our talent. They want to be introduced to our culture and our sound. So of course he was like, yo, P, like, I want to soak up the culture, like what's here? And that bridge is being built, you know?
Definitely.
Good afternoon. My name is Chantal Torres, and I'm a junior at St. Croix Central High School. My question is, during the process of you becoming an artist yourself, how did your perception of other artists change?
Wow, that's a really great question too. It's changed a lot. You know, you get around a lot of artists and, you know, people just aren't what you expect them to be. You know, when you listen to people or when you see them on TV or watch interviews, read interviews on people, you know, you expect certain things. So it's definitely changed a lot. But it's also humanized a lot of people for me as well. Like, people are people, artists are artists, you know, and there's nothing different from, you know, you and me, or, you know, us and Jay-Z and Beyonce, you know, like, we're all the same, we're all individuals, we like everything, and it's a lot of normalcy in a lot of artists, so that's one thing that I've picked up, you know, just being around a lot of artists and becoming an artist. And a positive thing that I've learned is just the work ethic, just to see how artists work, how serious they take their crafts. You know, a lot of people give blood, sweat, and tears, and long days, long nights. They sacrifice being away from family and friends, and that's honorable, you know, for somebody to go and make music day in, day out, just to better their situation or better their family. So it's a lot of good in it.
Afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Jelani Hendrickson, coming from the Complex High School. I would like to know, what do you guys think is the problem of the generation coming up, and how can it be solved?
You say, I can't hear.
What do you guys think is the problem of the generation, and how can it be solved?
What's the problem with the generation and how it can be solved? That's a great question.
Stop listening to bad rap music.
Honestly, man, one of the reasons why I created NiteCap and the platform like me and Stalley discussed was because, guys, this is a serious question. It's because art and music is arguably the most powerful thing on this planet. Music, no, guys, listen, scientifically, listening to music is the only time when your body is literally hypnotized. It is one of the only pastimes where all your 5 senses are tuned into. Sight, sound, and everything. It's literally that powerful. So to be honest, it's creating, and I know music is so powerful for a lot of our young people who necessarily don't have the best home structure. Like you can admit, rappers raised them. The lyrics they listen to are raising them. So understanding that guys like Stalley, we have these discussions all the time. We just had this discussion in Miami. The responsibility of what the messages these guys are putting out to you is very influential. So me as a journalist, as a platform, I create a platform where guys like Stalley can speak that truth to power and positivity. So how do we change the generation? Start loving ourselves more. And what I mean by loving yourself more, if you're listening to music or watching a movie or a friend who's telling you to do something you know is gonna destroy your life, like if you're listening to a record, and in this song, the whole song is about you sipping lean, literally, lean kills you. It stops your heart. So you have to understand, if you love yourself more, you're gonna look for people who love you too. And if people really love you, they're not going to influence you in any manner that's going to lead you to a destructive life. So start loving ourselves more. If you're a young lady, stop. If you're listening to somebody calling you the B word consistently, why would you embrace that? Because that individual doesn't really care about you. So it begins, how we change our generation is, you got to love you more. And loving you says, nah, that's bad for me. And if you love me, you wouldn't even tell me to do that.
Yeah, and to add on to what Peter said, in all seriousness, like the answer to the first part of your question is, I don't think anything is wrong with your generation at all. Like when I look out here, I see beautiful, strong individuals, and you guys are the most, and there's nothing that's different from your generation than my generation. You guys are more advanced, you know, you guys are smarter, you got more technology. It's just so much more advancement, but I think it all starts with you guys and believing in yourselves and not standing up for what's being fed to you. You know, one thing I can say is that there isn't a lot of individuals. There's not a lot of leaders, a lot of strong-minded individuals in this generation that's really going to step up and kind of lead and be an example and tell people that what's wrong and what's right. So I think that's where the start is, just within yourself and just believing and taking care of everybody in this room and everybody that, you know, and just give them some type of knowledge, you know, give them something positive, put some good into the world.
My next question is, what do you guys think brings happiness?
What?
What do you guys think brings happiness?
Brings happiness?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I like that. I think Stalley said it earlier. I think for me, as I've become a man and I've matured, what really brings the most happiness in life, really, is how much you give. Literally, there's no better feeling when, like, one day we're all leaving. Like, we're not here forever. Like, we're passing through. And I know how I'm gonna live forever. The really way to live forever is by the lives I've touched in a positive manner. Because for history will continually, that Peter Bailey dude, man, I came to a show and, man, Stalley told me something that made me want to become a doctor. That brings me joy. You know, what I put into the world brings me peace. Peace. I think literally happiness is peace of mind. It's peace of mind. Being able to go to sleep and say, you know what, I had a good day. I helped somebody today. That's happiness for me.
Yeah, it's giving back, period. You know, being able to take care of other people. Like me, I have everything that I've ever wanted. You know, and I don't need anything else, you know, to me. So just to be able to give the things to my loved ones and to help other people is everything. That's happiness to me.
Man, guys, you've been a great audience. We're going to wrap the show,
Yes,
but
thank you.
I had kind of asked Stalley for a favor. If he was going to oblige us with a little freestyle, you think? Hit us with a little freestyle, Stalley? A little something? And he didn't have to do this. I put him on the spot. He didn't have to do this.
Yeah, excuse the language if I get crazy, but listen. It goes, time waits for no man, check the slow hand. Me and the weed, just romance. On the corner pushing hard with the Conans. Plastic Glock 9 in my cold hands. Pockets broke from old plans. I'm trying to think of new ones. Cause everybody hustling crack and everybody got guns, so it's limited funds. The dope game ain't the same no more. Everybody snitch, unloyal to why they came in for. Where the real people at? If they even made any more. All these cowards in palms reaches while the hammer's palmed. Out of small town Ohio is where a star's born. Between clear skies and the eye of the storm. Scraped up, beat up, but ain't no crying involved. I'm worked up to my Nikes, boy, I am a boss. Took a loss, bounced back, went penny pinch. That's too much to count that. Trunk clap and my gold gleam cheese mac as I lean back in the lack and steam blacks. Astonished about to come up, not surprised in any way. Some hate it, some love it, not worried about what they say. I don't respect another's opinion if it ain't directly in my face. I'm the director of my faith, and God is all my faith. This my juicy moment. These eggs and Welch's grape. I'm the future, homie. Ever since my first tape, you must salute the moment when I transformed to being great. Thank you, thank you.
That's a wrap. Let's take one big selfie, man. Run the phone. Let's take a. Oh, come on, Shy. Come on. Let's take a picture. Come on. Come on, take a picture? Don't want to take a picture? Y'all want to take pictures?
Everybody come up. I want to put y'all on my Snapchat. I want to put y'all on my Snapchat. Come on.